Today I do my bench press variation. I'm doing the Duffalo bar bench press. And the reason I chose that as my variation is because I believe in increasing the range of motion. Starting Strength has a motto, it's something like moving the most weight across the greatest range of motion. I'm probably butchering it, but it's something along those lines. The bottom line is, the greater the range of motion, the more muscle you're incorporating. The more muscle you train, the stronger you're gonna be. It only makes sense. There's also a study that was referenced by Greg Nuckols and Eric Trexler a while back on their podcast. Now I'm just going off of memory, so I'm really gonna get some parts of this wrong, but the point remains. It was where they were studying the bench press, and they had about 3 groups. One would do a full range of motion bench press, the other one would do just halfway, and the third group was just doing partial lockouts. Now you would expect the group that was doing full range of motion bench press to get stronger than the other 3 at the bench press. But here's the kicker. They also got stronger through all ranges of motion. What I'm saying is, the group that did full range of motion bench press even got stronger when performing just partial lockouts than the group who only trained partial lockouts. Now you would think because specificity, the group just training that lift will get stronger at that type of lift, but it didn't work that way. Now you could say that's just one study and I might be getting parts of it wrong. The bottom line is the point remains the same. I believe the greater the range of motion, the stronger you're gonna get. Of course, you still have to train the range of motion, the lift that you're going to use as your main lift, your competition lift, because of specificity. You got to get good at that. You got to adapt to that, learn that movement, the skill of doing that movement. But for the variations, I believe in finding lifts that have a greater range of motion. Now you might ask, well, we don't all have access to a Duffalo bar. And what about somebody who does have just that problem with the lockout? If not pin press lockouts, what do you suggest? Well, for me, what helped me with my lockout, finding a lift with a greater range of motion, the close grip bench press. When you have the problem with the lockout, that's the triceps, right? Well, look what the close grip does. It puts the triceps under a greater stretch at the bottom and then increases the range of motion at the top. So you're having trouble locking out here. So what do? Well, I say increase it all the way to here, add a couple inches to the lockout. And then when you get stronger, at a greater range of motion, at a longer lockout, it only makes sense that it carries over. And that helped me. That really helped me eliminate that problem that I was having. All right, enough of the talking. Let's get to the training. Let's go.